Hello everyone and welcome back to AEW Universe Mode, and we're kicking off tonight's show with the Bruiserweight, Pete Dunne. And we saw him brutally assault Kurt Angle only a matter of days ago. The television champion, as you can see from this tweet, will be out of action. This is coming from the official AEW All Elite Wrestling Twitter, and reads: after the assault by Pete Dunne last week, Kurt Angle will be out of action for a number of weeks. Pac, Moxley and Cody Rhodes are also injured, and those injuries are mainly inflicted at the AEW Aftershock pay-per-view. But Pete Dunne's here tonight. He's here to address why he attacked Kurt Angle. So let's see what the Bruiserweight has to say. Well, look who is out here to answer to Pete Dunne, that former television champion himself, EC3, and he is well and truly in the top 1% here tonight, and it looks like he's willing to take on Pete Dunne for the chance to take on Kurt Angle in the near future. So without further ado, let's get into this match. Here we go then. Pete Dunne for me in this one. And EC3 looking to earn a shot at Kurt Angle, the man who he lost the championship to. Of course, he is in theory entitled to his rematch, but Pete Dunne now earns his shot at it after his attack on Kurt Angle last night. Kurt Angle is, of course, as mentioned, injured and will be out for a number of weeks, but he will be back in our next pay-per-view to face the winner of this match for the television championship. And EC3 on the attack early here. Knee to the back of the head, now just playing up to the crowd. Big kick, fails to hit the mark. Pete Dunne into the roll-up, one. And EC3 quickly had it scouted, and a big knee strike from Pete Dunne. He is one of the hardest hitters we've seen in AEW, and he's known for his brutal approach. He's been known to bite the fingers of his opponents. Pete Dunne now, perhaps looking for a pile driver. EC3 countered with a tombstone of his own. And EC3 early on looking well up for this. Number of strikes. Pete Dunne on the ropes. EC3, he's got him, and a huge chop. And that kick now does connect. Just dragging Pete Dunne to the centre of the ring, and a huge left hand. Into the pin. Cover. Could this get the job done on Pete Dunne? No. The Bruiserweight kicks out, and now he's going to take to the outside. Not happy with how his debut's going so far, you feel. He's going to get back in the ring. Could he have suckered EC3 in here? He does take EC3 out with a big boot. The ref caught in the process. EC3 again counters. Went to the clothesline. Pete Dunne countered. Flapjack onto the top rope. Now Pete Dunne with a backbreaker. Bruiserweight with a huge right. And EC3 falls to the mat. On the ropes now, and taking it to the outside. Clothesline over the top. What could Pete Dunne have in his mind here? What could his intentions be? Well, you won't know, because EC3 back with a clothesline, and now he wants to get it done on the inside. Pete Dunne says, yeah, you know what, alright. Using and working the arm again. And a big stomp on the back. Pete Dunne is gonna go big to the top rope. Pete Dunne looking for the moonsault, but EC3 got the knees up. And now He's on a signature here. Went for it. Pete Dunne counters. Drop toe hold. And look at this from Pete Dunne. Into the pin. Could that be it for EC3? No, a kick out at 2. For the former television champion. EC3 of course held that television championship for a decent amount of time. He would have hoped for a longer reign, but he didn't manage to get that, and he's eaten an enziguri in the corner here. Pete Dunne with a very low shot there, now wrenching on that nose. There's that brutality we were talking about. And now just a big stomp on the back of the head. And now Pete Dunne to the second rope. What could he be looking for here? A big elbow. And you've got to feel as though Pete Dunne can hit that bitter end tonight. That will be the end as he again looks for that pile driver. This time connects. Big move. Now working the arm again. But EC3 counters with a series of punches. Went for what looked like a cutter. And a big blow from Pete Dunne, busting open the former TV champion. And for the third time here, we're seeing him working on that arm and a big stomp to the midsection. Pete Dunne to the outside. And he's fetching a chair here, the Bruiserweight. Throwing it down. What is he? What could he be looking for here? Went for a big kick. EC3 countered. Driving Pete Dunne to the mat, onto that chair. And now he's got the ankle lock in. Perhaps mocking Kurt Angle. Pete Dunne counters with a big forearm. Went for the big knee strike. EC3 moved out of the way. Pete Dunne this time does get the forearm. What could he be looking for here? Number 2 of the night. And Pete Dunne now. Could he be setting up for it? Excuse me. He is. And the bitter end. Could see the end of EC3 2. No. The bitter end doesn't do it. EC3 kicked out. And Pete Dunne does not look happy. A big stomp. And now just kicking repeatedly. EC3. And look at this man. The strikes are incredible, and now wrenching on the hand and the arm and a huge double knees to the back. And that could be it. Because Pete Dunne is, for the second time, looking for the bitter end. Into the cover. 1, 2, 3. You've got to be joking me. EC3 has kicked out of 2 bitter ends. And what a showing it's been from EC3. You've got to give him that. But Pete Dunne does look in relatively fresh shape still, and he delivers that pile driver for the second time of the evening. Irish whip into the corner goes EC3. And a second big enziguri, but Pete Dunne is looking a bit tired here. Got to build some momentum again. Could he be looking for that signature? No, EC3 counters this time. Big elbow. And now EC3 looking for that signature, and this time he gets it. Into the pin. On Dunne. This could be a huge victory here for EC3. No. Pete Dunne kicks out at 2.5. But EC3 has found that gap he was looking for. He's found some momentum, but he's trying to slow the pace down into a working hold. Pete Dunne counters. Big strike. Both men went for a strike there, but EC3 connected first. And Pete Dunne third time lucky perhaps. Driving EC3 into the mat. And the third time, no, the bitter end misses out. And EC3, what a manoeuvre, into the pin, 2 count, no. Pete Dunne kicks out. What a match these two have displayed. You've got a feeling that whoever goes on, Kurt Angle's going to have his work cut out for him. As EC3 delivers a second signature. Looking for the finish. Went for it. Pete Dunne counters. Turning EC3 around perhaps. No. And we're going to see it again. And you've got to feel the back of EC3 and the neck of EC3 has been considerably damaged here. As Pete Dunne, this time, another bitter end. That must be it. 1, 2, 3. And Pete Dunne will face Kurt Angle at our next pay-per-view. There we go then. Pete Dunne, your #1 contender for the television championship. What a debut by this man. What's next for him? Despite that, let's move into our next match. Into our second match of the night then. And it is an 8-man battle royale to determine a #1 contender. And you may ask for which championship. The TV championship has just had the #1 contender confirmed. And that will be Pete Dunne, as you've seen. But this #1 contender will be for either the US title or the AEW World title, held by Cesaro, the US, and Chris Jericho currently. And you may ask, well, if they've got the choice, they'll obviously just pick Jericho. But in fact, the two champions will be facing off later tonight, and the winner will be the one who doesn't have to defend their title at the pay-per-view. So the loser of our main event will face the winner of this match at the next pay-per-view. I appreciate that's a lot to handle. There are 8 men in this match, and first out is Apollo Crews. So let's rally through these entrances. Next up then, the glorious Bobby Roode is back here on the show. And this is a huge opportunity for him, not being able to build up much momentum so far. But he looks to do that here tonight. Let's see who's out next. Third out then, another man yet to build up any success. And that is Shawn Spears. But let's see if he can take another huge opportunity here tonight. Let's see who's out fourth. Out here fourth then, and look at this. Sami Zayn has come as El Generico tonight, and that means that this could be about to turn serious. Sami Zayn, of course, another man who's not really had his shot at a big title so far, and he's looking to earn his opportunity here tonight by bringing out his alter ego. Out here fifth then, and it is the Money in the Bank holder, Randall Keith Orton. And he of course could cash in on Jericho at any time, any place. If he earns that opportunity here tonight, he could, in theory, end up facing Jericho at the pay-per-view with that briefcase in reserve. So a good chance for Orton here to not even need to use the briefcase in theory. So let's see who's out at number 6. The Rated R Superstar then is here. And after his victory against Christian, he went on to face Kenny Omega for the US title. Omega, the former US champion. And during that match last week, Cesaro cashed in his all-in briefcase and ended up taking the title after submitting Edge with a sharpshooter. Edge will be looking for revenge tonight, and he could go on to face Cesaro. And that could be confirmed by the end of the evening, so let's see how he fares in this Battle Royale. Well, here's another former US champion, the man who lost the title to Kenny Omega. And he's the first ever US champion here in Universe Mode, and that is Luke Harper. And you feel, though, he may feel that he deserves a shot at the big title. Of course, that could be what's happening if Cesaro overcomes Jericho later tonight. Luke Harper would certainly have earned that if it comes along after his reign as US Champion. Finally then, the arch nemesis of Edge. Christian is here to represent the peeps. So without further ado, let's see who's going to earn a title shot at the end of tonight. Here we go then. I'm going as Randy Orton in this one. And again, this is a multi-man match. Going to be hard to commentate, but Apollo eliminated early. Randy Orton pulling the rope back, forcing him out of the ring, using his own momentum to take himself over the top rope. And Edge and Randy Orton now are going at it. Former tag team, of course. An uppercut to Edge. Rude and Christian also going at it as Rude is sent over the top, and he's not going to be getting the chance at the pay-per-view. The winner of this is going to gain huge momentum, and an uppercut to the back of the head of Christian. Orton sending Christian over the top rope, and Shawn Spears now trying to eliminate him. And now Edge has Orton where he wants him, trying to get him into the corner, but Randy Orton counters. Big strikes from Orton. And over the top rope goes Edge. Orton's going to try and eliminate him here. And we're down to 6 already, relatively quickly in this one. The Money in the Bank holder trying to eliminate the Rated R Superstar, but Edge escapes. A big shoulder to the midsection. Edge back inside, and Shawn Spears a knee to the back of the neck. Shawn Spears taking Randy Orton to the ground, a big fist drop. And Christian has El Generico on the ropes. And Sami Zayn oh, and look at that. Luke Harper's been eliminated by Edge. And Sami Zayn trying to eliminate Randy Orton here. The Money in the Bank holder could be in trouble. Could be in trouble here. To the outside. But Randy Orton manages to fight off Edge and El Generico here. And he's pressing the button rapidly there. Shawn Spears now on the ropes. And Sami Zayn. El Generico trying to eliminate him. Christian was trying to eliminate Edge there. A basement drop kick from Randy. Helping out Christian. But in the process trying to get rid of Edge again. Went for a clothesline in the corner. Edge countered it. Trying to get Randy onto the ropes again. Randy countered. Big chop. But Ty Dillinger, Shawn Spears. Trying to drive Orton out of the ring. Orton again countering, and now a drop kick. Randy trying to find a clothesline. Christian only obsessed with Edge, and that could play to his downfall here. And Shawn Spears is loving this. 10 counts. Signature for Randy Orton. And he's got Christian on the apron, but he went through the middle rope, so he's bringing him back inside for the vintage Orton DDT. And Randy has the finish in store now. Forearm strike to the back of the head, but El Generico comes back. Trying to lift the Apex Predator, but not doing so. And now Orton with a standing drop kick. And Shawn Spears is still in this match, and he's put in a great display so far. And Randy driving Christian into the corner. A big drop kick to El Generico, and the Money in the Bank briefcase holder is looking dominant here. You've got to think that Chris Jericho will really need to pull off the victory here tonight if Orton does so in this match. Big chop to Christian. Still with 5 competitors here. There was a series of eliminations relatively early on. And Christian there pulling out one of Edge's moves with the signature. Almost mocking him, but Edge didn't see it. He had his back turned, but he's got El Generico in the corner. Looked like he was about to eliminate him with a finish, but Christian prevented it out of spite for Edge. Sean Spears reversing Christian, trying to drive him out of the ring, but Christian pulled the ropes down, and we're down to 4, arguably the 4 favourites in this one. El Generico with a strike. Orton countered with a kick. And now Sami Zayn's where he doesn't want to be. El Generico driven face first into the mat. Could be looking for an RKO. Christian tried to come out of nowhere. And he has done. He's got Randy Orton up with a flapjack. My God. Now Christian with that DDT. And Orton is out onto the apron in a dangerous position. Edge, big stomp, bringing Orton back inside. He's got to get him up and over the top rope, remember. Randy countered. Edge is in a dangerous position, and Randy sends Edge over the top rope with a suplex. And El Generico taking it to Orton straight away. Randy's in the corner here. Randy's in trouble. El Generico clothesline over the top, and Randy had no reversals. And we're down to 2. El Generico and Christian. Who's gonna prevail here tonight? Christian hit with a kick by Zayn. A big forearm from Christian. And now snapping the neck. Which one of these guys can prevail? Big splash. Was that a headbutt from Christian? But he went up to the top rope. Always risky in a battle royale to do that, because of course someone can come out of nowhere, just knock you over the top rope. But of course down to 2 here, so he only has to keep his eyes on one competitor. Christian up to a signature. Now snapping the rope back. And Christian looking a bit worse for wear here. Calling for perhaps the kill switch. El Generico where he doesn't want to be, but he counters it with elbows to the top of the head. Now he's got Christian up on the top rope, trying to eliminate him here. Trying to just push him out. That last little bit of strength he's got to show. Could this be it or not? Christian fighting with everything he's got, trying to earn that opportunity, and he comes back with an elbow to the top of the head. But Zayn with a kick. Now he's got Christian in the corner, slamming his face repeatedly into the turnbuckle. And look at the speed, and that's busted Christian open. We see blood for the first time tonight in Universe Mode. And Zayn was looking for the Blue Thunderbolt. Christian countered with a right hand. And a neck breaker from Christian. And this could still go either way here. It only takes one more small reversal, even during the process of an elimination. And that could be the difference between earning arguably the best opportunity of this man, of either man's career, or going home empty-handed. And now it's El Generico trying to eliminate Christian, and this could be it. No, Christian hangs on, but Zayn's still trying to just push him off the apron, trying to just push him off that tiny bit more. Can he do it here? No, Christian again fighting back, and these two are going back and forth here. Zayn Irish whips Christian into the corner, perhaps looking for the exploder suplex. No, Christian counters it with a right hand. No, Zayn back, and a big chop. And looked for a right hand, but back and forth we go once again. And now Christian with a clothesline over the top rope. And Christian has won this Battle Royale. A valiant effort from our last two superstars here. But at the end of this one, it is Christian who will go on to face either Cesaro or Chris Jericho for their respective titles. So let's go and find out in our main event which champion he will be facing. Into our main event. And our new United States champion is here. Cesaro. After cashing in the All-In briefcase last week, he is ready here to take on the king of the food chain himself, Chris Jericho. He's sporting a fresh attire here tonight. And without further ado, let's get the AEW champion out here. Here is Chris Jericho. And he has had a terrific run as AEW champion, and you feel as though he'll do anything to hold on to that title, so a win here tonight could be very beneficial for his intentions. Neither the man, of course, would be that keen, you feel, in defending their titles. Cesaro certainly could probably do with the rest, and he'll have a lot of people asking to face him. He's got Kenny Omega, he's got Edge, and he's got Luke Harper. Luke Harper and Omega, of course, both former champions, and Edge was the one who lost his opportunity due to Cesaro's cash-in. This man, Chris Jericho, he has a lot of his contenders out injured. Pac, of course, will now be on the sidelines along with Jon Moxley and Cody Rhodes, who was also building up some momentum to the main event. So Chris Jericho needs a new competitor, but he sure as hell doesn't want it at the next pay-per-view, and he's fighting to have his way here tonight. Here we go then. I'm going as Cesaro in this one, and Jericho off the bat with a kick. Cesaro with a big boot. And the US champion looking good. He's got that power to weight ratio that everyone admires, and he's putting it on display early on in this one, driving the AEW champion into the mat. And you feel as though if Cesaro can beat Chris Jericho, then arguably he could be in line for the next title shot. We could potentially have our first ever double champion here in Universe Mode. Jericho in control again. Wrenching on the neck, just a normal singles match here tonight, no stipulations. But we will have a number of those introduced before our next pay-per-view. There will be matches for superstars to determine, so whoever wins a match, say, could decide the stipulation for a title match, or indeed just a singles match. Perhaps a tag team match. I think Cesaro will be looking for any match that he can utilise his power. And for the second time hitting that move here tonight. Next week, we're going to have Jeff Hardy facing off against one of the Revival, and the winner of that match will decide the stipulation for their tag team titles match at our next pay-per-view. So that's an example of where that will happen. And Jericho with the headlock on Cesaro, using his strength. Cesaro fighting back in a big uppercut. Now Cesaro to the middle rope, looking to drop that knee, couldn't do it. Jericho looked to counter from behind, but Cesaro again using that power. The midsection of Jericho not looking in good nick, but he's countered here. And a running bulldog. But Cesaro straight back up, and look at that forearm connecting with some serious power. Jericho gathers himself on the ropes. Cesaro with a German suplex. And now Cesaro up to the top rope. He's a big guy, though he may not look it. Cesaro has some serious height about him. And a crossbody from Cesaro into the pin on our AEW champion. 1 count, but it's not going to get the job done on a man who's been so resilient here in our universe mode. Cesaro up into the military press. And just using that, transferring into the uppercut. Now Jericho catapulted into the air. And a second uppercut. My God. And now look at this. Cesaro, we're going for a swinging. And look at the rotations. Jericho doesn't know where he is. And just releasing him. And Cesaro, as you can see by the health bars in the bottom corner, is dominating. A series of strikes, but Jericho counters. Up into the fireman's carry. And just flinging Cesaro across the ropes. Great show of strength by Jericho. Can't get the 2 count though. Cesaro in a bad position here. Looking for the powerbomb. Cesaro countered it. Jericho with a kick. Looked relatively low, that. But Jericho delivers a bulldog. And now the AEW champ can find his rhythm, the best in the world. Putting on a show here. Shoulder tackle. Again. Cesaro though, sending Jericho out to the apron, but he's up to the top rope, and you know what this means? Double axe handle from Jericho. And now Jericho looking for the walls. That midsection of Cesaro not looking good, and the walls are in, and Chris Jericho is sitting back. Yellow body damage. That could be it for the US champ. But he fights back, resisting the urge to tap. That would not be good for his reputation as the United States champion, as well as having to defend his title against who will now be Christian. Jericho with a kick to the midsection. And a bulldog again. And now might have been looking for the finish. Cesaro picks the leg. Takes Jericho down to the ground. And again, up into the military press. Could he again be looking for the uppercut? Delivers. Now Cesaro with a fall away slam. Impressive stuff. And looked for an uppercut. Irish whipping him into the corner. Was again looking for the bulldog. Jericho though counters. Now using that knee. Driving it into the back of Cesaro. Not looking in good nick. And Jericho could be looking for the code breaker. Yes! Connecting into the pin on Cesaro. 2. Cesaro kicks out. And that is impressive resilience we've not seen all too often from Chris Jericho. Wait a second, what's happening here? Jericho down from the top rope, and who the hell there's no way. We can't see. Not 2 weeks in a row. Not 2 weeks in a row. Randy Orton from behind. But without the briefcase this week. Delivered the RKO to Jericho. And Cesaro now can take advantage of the RKO. Looked for the signature. Jericho countered with an arm drag. And Randy Orton was trying to... Well, he could have cashed in there, but he didn't. Hit the RKO and left before the referee could notice. Of course, trying to provide Cesaro with a victory, and I'm not sure why. Perhaps Randy sees Jericho is a weak champion. He wants to make sure that Christian wouldn't be facing Jericho, because then, of course, Randy would have to face the winner. He could have cashed in. Of course, Randy can cash in during a non-title match. He doesn't have to cash in during a match. He can cash in after one. And a big boot from Cesaro. Now he's calling for the neutralizer. Looking to connect with it. And he does. Cesaro. But Jericho's back to his feet here. And looked for a big forearm. Taking Jericho back down. 1, 2. A kick out from Jericho. That could have got the job done. Now Cesaro. What the hell's he looking for here? He's fetching a chair. A chair we saw nearly used earlier tonight. And the referee, well... And Cesaro just bounced that chair off the head of the official, and a German suplex from Cesaro to the official. Jericho into the roll-up. That could be it. 1, 2, 3. Come on, ref. Jericho has this match won. But he has to release the pin, because the referee was knocked down by Cesaro. Cesaro now rolls to the outside. Looking to take advantage. Straight jacket. Looking for a powerbomb. Jericho counters. And now Jericho with a DDT on the outside. Count out victories still do qualify here, but you can see Jericho is feeling the effects of that RKO out of nowhere from our Money in the Bank holder. Jericho up to the top. What's he looking for here? Big elbow. Maybe Jericho can finally get the job done here. What an impressive victory this would be. Especially after eating such a devastating finisher already. Not just from Orton, but from Cesaro as well. The neutralizer couldn't get the job done. In fact, barely phased Jericho. Cesaro connects with the right and he says, come on then. Jericho says, yeah, I'll deliver a bulldog. Big stomp to the back. Big neck. Wrenching on it. Throwing him down onto the mat. Jericho's backing it into the corner. Perhaps looking for the code breaker once again. And that is it. Cesaro's out. 1, 2, 3. Chris Jericho overcomes all the odds after that snake attack from the Viper. And wins here tonight. He won't defend his title at the next pay-per-view. And Cesaro will face Christian. Thank you very much for watching. I hope to see you again on Universe Mode very soon.